Hi everyone, this is Margarita with City Gal Puppetry. I want to show you guys today how I made this little booklet that I'm using to just record memories and photos, but it was super easy to make, and I used the planner punch board by We Are Memory Keepers. And for the measurements, I used the planner style was a 2-ring album. And then the paper size was 8 by 8. But what I did was I took 8 by 8 sheets and I folded them in half. So I have 4 by 8 sheets, and those are my pages. And then the markers here for using the punch board are 20 and 72. I'll just show you what I did. I did do it like as I was making it. I was recording it and then I lost the footage. So I'm going to do it one more time. So like I said, I cut my paper to either 4 by 8. So this one is 4 by 8. This is just a random piece of paper. And then the rest of the sheets are actually 8 by 8 sheets that I folded in half and then punched the holes in using the punch board. Alright, so once your sheets are ready, I have my back cover, my front cover, and then all the papers that I have for the inside pages. And you can see this one was originally 8 by 8, and I scored it down the middle, folded it in half, and then I lined up my little hole punches here. So you see they have these notches and they have this little marker at the top. So you want to make sure that it's facing forward, so you'll be able to slide your paper in here. And then you're going to line them up to whatever the measurement is listed on the back, which in this case for 8 by 8 size, this is the one I'm using because I want a 2-ring album. And then so for 8 by 8, I'm going to do 20 and 72. So I'm going to open it up. I'm going to look on here. Let me bring this closer because it's really hard to see. But you see all these little like teeth? You're going to insert this, slide it right into the little notches, and make sure it's lined up on the front and the back because there are teeth on this side too. So there's 20 and then 72. Okay, and that's the size I'm using, but you can do different sizes as listed on the back. So once that's in, now I'm being really careful because these do wiggle around a little bit. And then you get your paper ready. You're going to follow this paper guide down here. So you can rest your paper right down there at the bottom and then slide it using that as your guide. And then just make sure it's all the way in. Once it's all the way in, I like to hold my paper here just to make sure that it stays nice and steady, and then you'll push down and you'll punch your holes. Now if I have this lined up properly, I shouldn't have any new holes. It should be where it was before. So yeah, and then you'll just continue with each of your sheets, and then all your pages will line up nicely. For the cover, I used, this used to be the cover of a different planner that I had years back from like 2000 and whatever 16 when I was in college. I saved the covers, the front and back covers of my planners, because they're this hard plastic, and I like to reuse these for different things. So I use it for this. I cut it out. I used my scissors to kind of curve the corners just slightly so that they weren't super sharp, and then I punched holes using the same measurements as the rest of the pages, and that gave me the front cover. For the back, I just used some piece of poster board that I cut down and did the same thing, just punched the holes into it. And then to complete it, I added a few things here and there, like here's just a little folder pocket. This was just a piece of a postcard that I had, and yeah, just some random pieces of scrap that I will probably use to decorate the rest of my book with. And then I use these rings that I've had in my stash. You can also use ribbon for this or twine. That should be fine. And once I'm done with it, I can add a tassel here or some charms or whatever I have that might coordinate with my little booklet. So you could also use a hole punch for this. And you know, you would just obviously need to measure your center, and then you can measure out from there how far you want your holes to be. For this one, it is, so my holes are at the center of 2 inches and 6 inches. So at 2 and 6 I punched holes, and they are about 3/8 of an inch from the edge. So that's how you could do it with just a hole punch if you wanted to measure on the same size paper. And that is how I made this little booklet. I'm going to make one really quickly because I want one more of these, so I will show you exactly the process that I used to create this one. These are the finished books. This one I've completed the whole book, so I'll do a quick flip through of that one. And then this is the one I just made, and you guys saw me cut down the pages, fold them in half, crease them, and punch the holes using the We Are Memory Keepers planner punch board. And what I did was, for the closure, I used ribbon and I just passed it through my sewing machine. I left a little slack on both, so this way I can open the booklet all the way. And if I wanted to, I could still add pages to this. I would just punch the holes in the same spot and then cut a slit just so that I could insert them into the ribbon if I wanted to add pages. But I think that the amount of pages I have here is plenty. And so for the back page, for the back cover, I used white poster board, and then for the front I used a piece of acetate from packaging. And then the packaging had some wording right there, or some like numbers printed onto it, and I wanted to cover it up. So I grabbed these cork banner circles, And see, they come in a string. They're already sewn together. And so I took some and I just like used double-sided tape and adhered them to the edge of the cover. So now it's sort of like has this like opening with these circles, and I like that. I like how that worked out. I thought it was really cute. And then I added some rub-on wording, and then this like heart that I just cut out and stitched around it, and then tucked it under here so you can't see the adhesive. Same with these little heart enamels. I put them on here, and then I added some more on the back so you wouldn't see the whites of the sticker, the back of the sticker. And that's how I finished that one. And now I just have to put a bunch of stuff on the inside, and that one will be complete. But this is the other one that I showed you in the beginning of the video, and it is now complete. So I'll just do a quick flip through of that. I hope you enjoy this. I hope it gives you ideas. If you like this, please give me a thumbs up. I hope to see you guys in the next one. I'm going to play some music for you now and just do a quick flip through.